Just stay right there. Okay? I know, baby, I know. Yeah? Do you want me to hold your waist? Yeah? Of course. Only if you want me to. Yeah. Okay. I'll hold your waist. Just like this. And I'll bring you closer. And closer. Until our hips touch. I'll take care of you. Okay? Do you want me to? Yeah? Of course. Of course. I'll be right here. Don't you worry. Do you want me to just talk? Okay. I will. You don't have to say anything, okay? But if you want to, you can, of course. But you just have to listen. Okay? That's a good pumpkin. I don't know. I've been thinking of saying that for a while. I think I just never did. I'm proud of you. And I love you. And maybe it's difficult for us to fully realize that, and maybe it'll take us some time, but I want you to know that there are many people who look at you and smile, including me, of course. Whenever I look at you, I just can't help but think about how we first met. All the things I was thinking about back then. Thinking to myself that I had no chance with you no smiling. No smiling. Thinking I had no chance with you and being very surprised when you said yes. When I first asked you out. Whenever we're in bed. And I just look at you. And you look at me. My mind goes crazy with all the little things I want to do to you. Both good and bad. The way your eyes roll whenever I make a stupid joke. The way you scrunch up your nose whenever you smile. The little creases on the side of your eye. The way your jaw complements the rest of your face. The way your lips shine perfectly at the time I want to kiss you. The way you put your head on your hands whenever you're thinking about something, or whenever you're looking at me while I'm talking about something. The way you walk when you try to make fun of me. And for the record, I do not walk like a penguin. Okay? The way you curl up in a ball whenever I say certain words. The way you look at me and the way you move every time you hear my voice. 'Cause I just know you are a sucker for voices. Whenever I say those certain words, I just love the way you react. You know what words I'm talking about, don't you? No, you don't. Should I remind you then? Yeah. Words like pumpkin, baby, honey, darling, papa, Pookie, bunny, sweetie, angel, darling, dear, my love, pumpkin, 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 pumpkin. Does that ring a bell? Yeah. You teach me a lot of things about you and about the things you care about and about myself. And just seeing you day in and day out, seeing you try and seeing you succeed and seeing you fail. Every single side of you that I've seen. Just makes me so darn happy. I think one of these days, you're gonna have to look at yourself in the mirror and realize how much you've grown. I know it may be hard to understand how you were back then and how much things have changed now. But maybe if you take a step back and really look at everything, you're gonna see a beautiful, beautiful person in front of that mirror, which is me, and then you're also gonna see yourself. I'm joking. I'm joking. I'm joking. Yeah. Yeah. Mm-hmm. I love you too. I know I I know I always say that I'm really proud of you and that I think that you're doing so well in so many different parts of your life. And I really hope that it doesn't lose the power, that it doesn't lose the meaning it has. You know, the first time I ever said it to you is just as strong as me saying it right now. And I hope you never forget that. You are such a beautiful person. You can shake your head all you want, but no amount of shaking your head will ever convince me otherwise. Okay? We don't have to think about all the things that we went through to get where we are, but we can at least remember the feeling of being tired, of being stressed, of feeling like we can't really go past today or tomorrow or the week after. But look at you. Look at you. You did get past everything. All the failures, all the success, all the problems, everything. I remember all the moments when I was younger, laying down, looking up at the ceiling and feeling like I was being way too dramatic. I could barely see anything because it was so late at night. It wasn't even blue. It was everything was gray. I would just look up, and sometimes the ceiling would look like it was spinning, and sometimes it felt like I was gonna just fall through the bed onto the floor and just keep going and going and going. I kept thinking to myself, I kept trying to understand everything that I was feeling, trying to know if everything that was happening to me right then and there, trying to know if it was my fault or someone else's, trying to find that balance of forgiving myself but still pushing myself to be strong and to not cry. And it was a lot. It was a lot. I felt like that was the only thing I could think about back then. And I would wake up and I would hope that it was nighttime so I could just go to sleep. So I didn't even know what I wanted to do. I didn't want to do anything. I thought there was no point in waking up. If all I ever wanted to do was just go to sleep. Some days my eyes would be wide open and I could see everything, and the birds were chirping and I could hear the cars zooming by. But I still felt nothing. I felt nothing. And I was so content with just sleeping. I thought running around, moving around, working out, reading something, watching a movie would help. None of it did. And I was so scared. Not because of what was going on in my life, but because I was okay with it. I was fine with feeling that way. And it scared me. Then one day, this weird, crazy, not so funny, nerd loser pumpkin comes flying into my life. That's you, by the way. I thought you were sleeping. Are you gonna let me finish? Can I finish my story, please? I'm trying to be cute here. Shut up. Shut up. Let me finish. Then one day, this very lovely person walks into my life. And things kind of started off slow at first. You know, we were just talking, messing around, telling jokes. Sometimes we would talk about something deeper. Sometimes things would be borderline flirty. But most of the time, nothing really changed. But there was something very different about this person. They weren't the funniest person I'd met, they weren't the smartest person I'd ever met. They weren't a lot of things. But they understood me. And when they didn't, they tried to understand. Whenever I said something, they looked like no one else in the world was talking. When I laughed at something, or when I made a stupid joke, they laughed like I was the funniest person in the world. Which I am. And when I cried, when I told them about all the problems I was going through, they cried with me. And it looked like all my problems were their problems too. It felt like I was a person again. And I started being so excited to wake up in the morning. You have no clue. You have no clue. I would wake up and immediately roll out of my bed. I'd do some stretches, then I'd reach for my phone, immediately checking to see if they left me a message. And they always did. They always greeted me at the exact same time in the morning. Because they always woke up before I did. Which isn't saying much, because I always woke up really late, but that's besides the point. They always sent me messages. They always greeted me good morning. They always reminded me that I was something, that I was someone, that I didn't have to constantly blame myself or other people, that I could grow and I could accept and I could just be happy. They gave me reasons to be happy. They gave me a purpose. And do you want to know who that person was? No. Actually, I don't want to tell you. Nah. Nah. No, I don't want to tell you. Okay. Mm-hmm. Yeah. You think it was you? Yeah. Well, what if it wasn't? No? You're not buying it? Come here. Suddenly you can't talk. May I hold your hand? Thank you. Do you want to touch my face? Yeah. Okay. You can touch my face. Thank you for being here. Genuinely. I'm really, really proud of you. I mean it. And thank you for letting me hold you. It makes me happy. I'll be right here. Like I always am. Good night, pumpkin. Good night.